dogs and me. I wasn't gonna paint today, but I was gonna do other stuff, but what's that, 444, 16 by 20. I'm gonna try setting the camera there. Last time I had it set there, the dogs knocked it over and I didn't get that video, whatever. So we're gonna try it again. We'll see with 3 dogs and me. 16 by 20, white gesso, let it dry, covered it with liquid white. So let's go. Put some phthalo blue, and this stuff is bright. So start in the corner. And I do love putting phthalo blue on this liquid white, and any liquid white, but I do use Bob Ross's white. That was his first style of painting. From watching YouTube I learned. Then I started watching Kevin O paint and Andrew Tilshner. That's why you don't see me very often, because I kind of did my own thing. I mean, I never really had no one teach me other than the YouTube videos. And thanks to those guys, Bob Ross and all of them, is where I learned how to paint. Just by observing and doing. And I can paint pictures, but I can't get it in an hour video. I have painted paintings, lightning bolts. Good buddy of mine, Ranger. Maybe down the road, and he has time or whatever, maybe he can videotape and edit, or if somebody can't figure out how to do it. And we'll do some paintings of pictures. But just like this, I'm just by myself doing this, so I'm not gonna I already spend my full day, 16-hour days, just getting these uploaded, and I wanna paint, I don't wanna be doing that. So, I mean, you can add music, you can edit. I could highlight a few trees and edit all the rest out. Make my videos a lot shorter, but then that would take less time on my painting. So anyways, down the road, we'll see. All right. Put some clouds in. Actually, we'll maybe put, let's see here. That's really good. Because I'm going to do something I shouldn't do, is put yellow on blue, because it's going to turn it green. So I'm going to try to put some yellow right there and just make a one pass deal at it. And it will turn green, a shade of green. Green ain't sky, ain't cool, but I done the whole thing, a couple of them with sap green in the background, so we're just gonna try something here. It's your world. Like I said, unless you're painting from a picture, this is a freedom. This is too why I love just doing this. It gives you the freedom to paint whatever you want, how you want, out of your memories, or maybe a place you went to once and you can't afford to go back to again, or maybe a place that in the military, or in your career, or what have you know, in your life. I've spent thousands of miles walking mountains and desert, and been in Alaska on the fishing boats, been in the Rangers in my early years. You know, I mean, I've done a variety of things. I've seen so much country. And I do have like a photographic memory, so it helps. Plus ADD. or ADHD. There wasn't even a name for it when I was a kid. But I was one of those kids, like now, I know my nephew was diagnosed with ADHD and they fed him full of Ritalin, which I don't agree with. But I was one of those kids, always walked around, touched things, blah, 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 you know. Teacher would have to put it in front of the room. And if I wasn't interested, I ain't gonna learn it. But if I'm interested, I'll become the best at it. That's just the way it was. All right. Now before I blend that, let me get some, I should probably put some white down first around the edge. I was too busy yapping, talking, so okay, here we go. Let's commit it now. See, it's already turning green. So clean brush. Take just a little bit of white. Just to see if I can get away with this. And you can't keep going over with it, otherwise it'll literally turn green. So, see, after with a clean brush, I had the little white on, started in the center, come back out. And it's, you see a little twinge of green. So I can't go back in it. The more I press into it, the yellow into the blue, the more greener it's gonna turn. The reason why I put some white on my brush, because I knew it was a one-shot deal. All around this edge, I kind of wanted to protect. So now I can go like this with a fan brush. Also, maybe. This brush is about ready to break too, dang it. All my favorite brushes. I'm gonna have to spend $400 or $500 this fall and get all new fan brushes. All right, so now create the outside edges. I love that brush. Leave it hanging for me just to do these clouds. And I'm trying to pull down and not into it till after I get the white down all the way around it. And I think I'm gonna have to switch brushes. Dang it. I need to crimp this one, and then this one's coming to you. Mr. Kirk, for people to learn on. It's a good brush, but they're just every once in a while gonna have to keep crimping it without breaking it. And I got two more other fan brushes over there that need to be crimped. I suggest that you put the yellow down. I mean, if you're gonna put yellow with blue, what I would do is I used to do this like with the picture. If you paint from a picture, it takes days and let layers dry. Like I would get blue down, let it totally dry, or I'd put my yellow in and totally let it dry, and then put your blue in. But when I'm wet, you got to keep things moving, and you got to try to blend stuff in. Oops, and then once again talking. So I'll just use this one. Like so. Alright. Good enough. Good enough. It didn't turn too green. And just, I don't know, nothing spectacular, Sky. Just a normal day. Alright. So now I'm going to put, let's see, I'll use, should I try the oval brush? Let's see what it does. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. We'll grab some Van Dyke brown and some midnight black. We'll get some on the brush here. Let's see. Start playing with this brush. Okay, so this will work for bushing. Well, there we go. That's meant for bushes more so than trees. Okay. So all the way across, and I put in some trees and stuff. Okay. Now I know what this brush would do. And then if we go that way, is that kind of okay? Anyhow, it's not what I was looking for a tree, but we'll do that right then. We'll put background tree in. I have to now use this for the, makes nice bushes though. Look at that. And I'm sure you could. Maybe, just like I said, I haven't played with this one much, only a few times. So I really haven't learned what it does. Zip, leave it. So I'm gonna take a brush at those. I know it's gonna work. Yeah, see, way how I love these brushes, how they make trees. I mean, you just bar none. just kind of see how it's like that. I'm just blocking and stuff right now. I don't even know. We'll see. Oh, good picture right there too, huh? Alright, let's put magnitude. Black. Get closer. Want a little bit more darker shadows. And more colors to pop out. So there we go. Alright. So before I go any further, I better get stuff filled in here. Should have filled that in before I put the trees in anyways. Just put a bunch of blocking in. We can always fix stuff. So. There we go. I know it was kind of fast, but it's just practice, repetition is all it is. Trust me, some of these same paintings that I'm doing now would have took me 100 hours, 60 hours to do it. Because, yeah, I'm just saying. So don't get frustrated, please. It's well worth it. If it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. But if it makes you happy, you know, none of us are born as Michelangelo, but with a little practice, you know, there's no telling. It's, and if you decide to do a lot of practicing, well, there you go. I think anyone can do it. It's just, I mean, I know some of it is just I'll be able to see things too. I get it. Oh, I gotta do this with the other brush. See, almost messed up again. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm used to listening to music and painting. Can't do that on this YouTube channel, or they'll demonetize it or whatever, keep the views from me, or however they do it. I'm not sure. Just, anyways, let's see what color this is. Oh. some background. I didn't really want bushes, those are like more like background trees, so that's better. Do something with it anyway. I'm gonna have to do some practicing with this brush. Forgot exactly what it's good for. But I do know actually, before I do that, I'm just a mess when I don't drink my milk in the morning. Drinking like mango, orange juice, V8 splash drink. It just doesn't let me function like drinking my milk. But it's healthier for you, I guess. So there you go. Let's get some sticks in there. And what I do with this knife is I just slice it, like I spread out some white like this, real thin on the palette, on the edge. And then I'm using this edge, just slice. See that? There's your slice. Because I can't draw straight lines. And this is about as close as you're gonna get to a straight line. And don't keep them all going the exact same way. But, and I do it quick, or otherwise I'd probably mess this up too. So there you go. That's just the way I do things. Doesn't mean that's the way you gotta do it. I don't even know if that'll help you. And see, since I mix this with Van Dyke brown and black, you kind of get a brownish tint in your when you go up. So it's not just pure white. All right? All right. We better do that to this one too. And trunks. All right. Now we got some real pretty trees going on. Right? And see how easy it is to make trees. I love trees. I grew up in Montana, 30 minutes from the Continental Divide, right on the Missouri River. I mean, what a blessed place to actually grow up. I mean, you know, big towns, small towns, I don't care where you go, every town has its problems. But a good town to grow up in, being a kid. I'll tell you that much. There we go. That's perfect. Alright. Now I'm gonna do something about this back here too. Take a little brush. Oh, let's see. Actually, maybe this one might work just a little. Take some burnt umber. Just a little bit. Do some yellow ochre. And we gotta be all bushes, you know. Kind of mix stuff up. Just for the eye. Alright. Put different colors in. Pull it down. I mean, we're still going to be working with that, so. Oops. We got to get some burnt umber back here. Some more burnt umber along here. Some back in here. These trees. See, and when we're doing this, we're adding, it's another layer of block and shades. And this is what I say, I learned by Bob Ross technique, but I also watched Tilshner and Kevin O painting, and it kind of gives me an idea how to block stuff, and like the traditional way, mixed wet on wet with Bob Ross's stuff. So there you go. I'm legit. Alright, now I put in some colors, and we put in the colors of the trees, but we got to get the background. See, all this I should have done first, but brain fart this morning. No excuse. So now I'm gonna add some greens. No excuse for that. So now let's add some greens back here. Ringo, stop itching yourself, please. Can you do that for Dad? Huh? A Ringo Dingo? I can hear you in there. And I know you stopped itching because I hear you stopped itching, so you're listening. See, I should have put all this grass in first. So if you are watching this videos and learning, I mean, put the grass in before you put these trees trees in. Because now I'm gonna have to put some more black probably over the top of the grass. I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, I gotta get the grass in. Because this looks like a pretty place to be. I would definitely want to hang out there. to get rid of all your shadows. Oh yeah, that sure looks like a nice place to lay down. Oh boy, I would be laying down there. That's a place when I was a kid along the river. If it was a sunny day, on a Monday or Friday, once I got in high school, you could bet if I still had days left, I was going to skip school and I was going out to the river to find a place like this. But shh, don't tell no one. I don't know if I should tell this story I'm giggling about or not, but I was in high school. My freshman, sophomore year, my superintendent, God bless his heart, Mr. Ryan, great guy. He tried playing hard with me. Well, that doesn't get very far with a guy like me. But anyways, by the time we hit my junior and senior year, he figured out. And I'd sit there, and when he'd call me in my freshman, senior year, and he'd be hollering at me, then we'd sit down and talk. Well, by my junior, senior year, they'd call me in the beginning of first period because I'd fake my own notes. My mom went and signed my notes, so I knew I was going to the office. And Mr. Ryder would say, come on in, have a seat. And then I'd tell him, well, where you been? Oh, I was out at the river by the Carberry, just and that. One day, it was, rainy out, stormy. I don't even know why I skipped school that day, but man, it just didn't feel good, whatever. But I go out there, pouring rain, and I fish under the train bridge. Have no luck in getting wet, so I was like, I'll go underneath the car bridge and stay dry. As I'm walking up to it, I light a fire and stuff. As I'm walking up to it, I see this guy in a poncho and his fly rod out. I don't know why he's fly fishing in the rain anyways. I walk right up to him and he lifts up his poncho. And I was like, how you doing? It was our superintendent actually left, knew I was going to be out there. He says, he fished with me for a few minutes and he's like, well, you ready to go back to school? Yep, I guess so. But that's how much he actually cared about his students. I mean, and at that point, he didn't, he wasn't preaching to me or nothing. He just was like, come on. Basically, he should be in school on a rainy day. I don't know, but regardless, I was back in school that day. Mr. Ryan he was a good guy. So I wonder I ever got smart enough to pass the test enough to get into special operations. Just because, well, I guess there was some classes I did like and paid attention to. And there were some classes, all I was thinking is the river. You know. Ringo, please, would you listen to Dad? Huh? I know you're a good boy. But why are you in there itching? Huh? See just that little change of color here and there? bring out just a little bit more, I want to say, realistic. Because when you look out into stuff, it's, I don't want to say it's usually never just all one color unless you're looking at the ocean. But even then, you got waves. I call them ocean snakes, but I got to do the same to this other side, right? So some green, get the green down, pull down in here. All right, here we go. Little tiny greens. And this is just getting your color in. I know you're like, where'd that tree go? I know, like I said, I have to put black on it again, probably. Because I didn't do it like I should have. But it's my world, I fixed it. Right? It's all that matters. Add a little green on here. Alright. Now, I gotta put some black right here, over here. That'll do it. So, some more Van Dyke brown and black. away all the black. Now we're gonna bring in a little bit of, introduce a little bit of red. Yeah, just a little bit on this one. Now back into the cat yellow, Indian yellow, cat yellow, and just a touch of red. Touch of red from there, there, there. Here. Yellow, yellow ochre, and cad yellow. Let's see. Too much right there on that top. Indian yellow, cad yellow. Alright. And you don't want to smear this, you just let it grab to the Van Dyke brown and midnight black that you put down. Let it pull it from the brush. And I loaded this brush, see it's still got stuff on there. And by mixing it different layers, it comes off. That's like, well, how did you get snow in your rod? Well, that's all how you load this. It turned out pretty good. Yeah. Now, I'm going to try to use a palette knife. And we're going to try to put some, we're going to use Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, and some burnt umber. Mix it all together. Grab some more dark sienna. Yeah, that's better. All right. Okay, here we go. like a pretty rocky bank to me. Quick and easy way to make rocks, I guess, right? Ringo, what are you doing? Oh, now we can take a little fan brush, a little one. I'm gonna take this little bad boy. We're gonna put some water in. Take some phthalo blue and a little bit of sap. Well, you try phthalo blue. Maybe a little bit of sap green. Just enough to get back here. Not a very big stream. This is just a little tiny one. And then right on around through here. No. Alright. dog's upset next door, huh? I wonder what it is. And see, with your water, you can do anything with it. This is your world, guys. And the longer you take when you're painting, I mean, the more beautiful it can become. It really can. I'm just showing you, I mean, what I've learned. Like I said, if it's too fast or you can't see whatever, just pause it. I know I'm taking a little bit more time than probably what most people want to on this right here, but like I said, the more time you spend on it, the more real it looks. So, I mean, I could just slap stickman on a paint and say I got a paint, but I'm not doing that. Every one of mine are legit. I've literally tried my best on every one, and even the ones that don't have bushes and stuff, it's because I was working angles, learning my mountains. So I mean, it's you know, to me canvases are expensive. Maybe for some of you guys, maybe not, but for me it is. So that's my biggest thing. This is canvases. Pull it straight across. Otherwise, it looks like it's floating. change your colors is the key. stuff, put reflections in. I think it's good. All that means is it would take longer. It means I'd have to spend hours and hours more preparing, uploading, and processing. So I'm stopping right here. That's what I'm saying. When you're at home, when you got all the time, continue on. I mean, put reflections of rocks, trees, what have you. I mean, you can keep going with this. This is my 5 just meant for signing. Dang it, I always do that. Alright. Have a nice day. 3 dogs and me.